Well, as they say in showbiz, don't follow children, animals, or the hottest handicapper on the internet.
She is. She is the hottest capper on the
Hey,
internet. All the multiple
and
sites documented.
combined with Tiffany, Tony, sorry, combined with Tiffany yesterday to go 13-2-1. By the way,
I know.
so that will be a party tonight.
That will be a nice party tonight. Yeah, that's exactly right. For Tiffany, that's just been amazing work here from Mindy's. It's been and Tiffany as well. It's amazing here. And of course, the morning steam account is up there as well. So it's been a morning steam. You've got Mindy and Tiffany. That is some major, major, major moolah there. You're winning from those three handicapper accounts there.
Yeah.
But tonight we
Point
go
out
to.
everybody on the leaderboard. Really, yesterday, Tony, you had 10 people in the profit, and the two who didn't finish on the front leaderboard were already leading the weekly leaderboard.
Oh yeah,
Basically, everything's smashing right now. So you almost could, go with any of our cappers right now. Pretty hot.
yeah, the Capper's doing fantastic work there. You can always catch the leaderboard video over at Tony'sPicks.com. Just click the Premium Picks tab and you get a pick from Ramon and his leaderboard update. And tonight is ACC action on the ACC network. Virginia here to host NC State. Cavs here laying 7, total 133.5.
Big game. Big game. Big game. Big ACC game here with Virginia. They're just a game back of Clemson at 9-3 right now, 17-4 overall. They're tied with Pitt. Virginia's won 7 of their last 8 games. They played that tough game against Virginia Tech and lost 74-68 on Saturday, but still Virginia, playing Virginia basketball. They got the best defense in the conference, of course, allowing just 61 points a game in conference play, and they're going up against the number one offense in the conference in NC State, averaging 80 points a game so far in conference. First in the league, NC State's won 4 straight, 8 of 9, including 6 in a row by single digits, or I should say, they're single digit games. They've won 6 in a row of those, so they've been pretty good down the stretch of their games. NC State just 9-4. They're right there as well, 19-5 overall. So a great game between these two. Virginia's kind of owned the series, but NC State's won 3 of the last 4 meetings in the series. I think NC State's got the better personnel, Tony, and can carry this one on the road. Look, I'm not going to touch the total, right? I just gave you. You thought I fooled you, Tony, but allowing 61. When you got a defense like Virginia and an offense like NC State, where will they end up meeting? Even I couldn't dig too deep into that one. I'm going to go with NC State here. I like their personnel better. Terquavion Smith, I mean, he's probably going to come in with about 16, 17 points tonight. The big difference, if you will, for NC State, they survived their injury scares a little bit because of how DJ Burns has stepped up, the 6'9", 275-pounder. He can match up with anybody on the interior, and that's where Virginia, to me, has struggled, is more on the inside, right?
Yep.
It looks like Vanderplas. He's not looking that good. And Shedrick, for some reason, he never saw the floor in that Virginia Tech game. And Bennett kind of blew it off. He just said, "Hey, can't play everybody." They stayed with a small lineup, and it cost them. So maybe there's something going on there. We'll see if Shedrick plays in tonight's game. Bennett's kind of tricky that way with the media. He's not going to go off on the media. He'll just make something up. It's a little different in college than in pro. We know that. NC State 5-3 against the spread on the road. Virginia 5-10 against the spread as a favorite. So I'm going to go with NC State. Not only Smith and Burns, but remember, every time that NC State's going to match up with Virginia, it's a revenge game for Casey Morsell. Remember, he didn't dislike Bennett or anything, but he didn't like the way they played. He wanted to cut loose a little
I
bit.
should have known. He should have known when he was recruited. I mean, geez.
Right, they'd already won the title. They'd already, set records for slow pace and taken the game back 50 years. But hey, that's some of us still love a little Virginia basketball. Maybe they can get in the four corners. But Morcell, the former Cavalier, certainly hit a big 3-pointer in their comeback win this past week. So Joyner also, talk about scoring. You got to figure, right? Smith 17, Burns probably 14 or 15, Joyner 15, Morcell running the show 10 points. Here's the thing: you talked to Tony. You heard me. Weak on the inside. If Shedrick's not getting in there right now, and Vanderplas, yeah, you'll have Franklin matching up against Joyner. I'll take Joyner in that matchup, and I like Smith certainly to rock against Beekman in this one. Jaden Gardner certainly can worry me a little bit, but he's not going to get, but 14 or 15 maybe if he's having a strong game. Clark in there. Also for Virginia, I like NC State. Probably, I'm going to take them to win this one, but I'll grab the 7 points here on the show for everybody.
7 points here with NC State here against Virginia. Virginia, they got it. If they can't hit threes, they have struggle scoring inside. And one thing to note here with this NC State team against the ACC, they're doing the best job of any team guarding the three, giving up just over 30% from beyond the arc. So that gives them some shots there. Also, they secure the basketball. They don't beat themselves, which is very important in college basketball because it can be very frustrating with these turnovers. Again, looking at some of the road numbers here, they beat Wake Forest. That's a pretty good win. Beat Georgia Tech. Of course, they did drop games at North Carolina, at Clemson. Although that was a very close loss there. No, it wasn't. They lost at Clemson. I'm sorry, North Carolina, Clemson, and Miami in their ACC, in those ACC road losses.
Yeah, DJ Burns, he's the factor that might be not kind of gradually folded into the line here. You figure him to own it inside tonight. He can get over his point totals here and get 15 or more, I would think. He shoots 55% from inside. If Virginia's inside defending woes continue, just pour it in to the emerging star that is DJ Burns right now for NC State. He's really showing that he can, control things in there from inside. That might help NC State because we know they have excellent three-point shooting. And, yeah, you do have that Virginia defense on all levels. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But, again, I'm pointing out that both teams are strong right now. I mean, look, the records are, virtually identical here, and you're getting more than the home court's advantage, I would think, in this type of matchup. I think instead of fans looking at the -7, they might be looking at the parentheses in this one with 8 against 22, and NC State maybe a little bit low on their ranking. They're just crawling in to the rankings when right now I believe they are a better team than that ranking would show. Virginia, I'm not so sure. I think they're probably okay right there with that 8 next to their name. Some might call them overrated, but I think their style always will stand the test come tournament time.
All right, Ramon here, North Carolina State, +7 against Virginia. This one have a start time here of 9 Eastern Time, ACC Network. All right, Ramon, let's go over at TonySpeaks.com for today's action. Of course, good results here in MMA. Of course, we headed into tonight's action. We've got a lot of NBA up on the board, as well as the NHL, college basketball, coming up pretty good last day yesterday. 173 units of profit last 24 hours. All documented over at TonySpeaks.com. What do you have going on over at the site?
Tony focuses in college basketball tonight. I've got a 3-pack for you in college basketball. That's my featured package tonight, coming to you in a trio of games that start at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, and 4 Pacific. Pick up my 3-pack for $30 in college basketball tonight. Also check for some late steam action coming in on the late card. A lot of good, exciting games tonight here in this one. Also have other videos up embedded in the site. Tony mentioned the leaderboard video, and you can pick up my free winner in that one in the game between Cincinnati and Tulane. So please check out our leaderboard where I explain in detail how good our handicappers really were yesterday. All you got to do is take a look at that leaderboard. Just about everyone is on there right now. And also I have embedded our sponsor video on the website here on Tony's Picks. You can pick that one up in the late game between San Jose State and Fresno State in the Mountain West. My NBA featured package tonight, Tony, is a single game standalone, and it comes to you in the game that all eyes are going to be on tonight when the Oklahoma City Thunder take on the Los Angeles Lakers. What's going to happen? It's not a prop, we know that. But I was kidding on the show, Tony. Why wouldn't books just set the prop, make it exciting? Why stick it near his averages? The sharp money that's going to be pouring in on a low limit bet like this. I'm never setting that thing at, what they say, 32.5. I think it's up to 34.5 now. I would set it right at 35.5. Make the squares pay for what they want to bet on anyways to take it over the total tonight for LeBron James. We'll see if he can do it. I remember that game back when I was 15 years old when Kareem set the record watching it with Chick Hearn broadcasting. And tonight, LeBron James will try to do it. And you know how that one goes. So that's my featured game tonight. Standalone, $15. Tony's Pick, discount best bet. Thunder and the Lakers tonight. It might be my only game because it deserves that type of treatment. I was sad, Tony, actually, after I got off the show with Mindy, when we can only come on our board tonight with only 4 consensus premium plays, a couple of action junkies like Mindy and I for some reason I wasn't just saying yes to every pick one of the hottest handicappers in the country was putting right in front of me, and I had to be stubborn and pivot a little bit and maneuver a little bit and come up with only 4 plays with super hot Mindy Hahn. So I'm kind of concerned with my own capping, but we'll keep the winning going tonight. Thunder and Lakers, $15 discount, big game, best bet. Will he do it, Tony T?
All right, get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. Up there, a 3-pack here from College Hoops, as well as the NBA Big Game discount best bet on there at 15. Of course, the long-term passes that we've talked about. You may try Ramon for a week. Get that 7-day all sports pass. Get all Ramon some premium plays for 7 days, including all his NBA, College Hoops, NHL, and the Super Bowls in play with that 7-day pass. And, of course, any late steam for long-term subscribers. We hear that word late steam. What does that mean? Well, the cappers have the ability on our platform to enter plays within 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. The play's got to be in really by 11 a.m. Eastern time for the members. But if they see something like late, they've got to get them in between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, because our programmers has triggered that play to be emailed directly into the inbox of all the long-term subscribers. So if you're a long-term subscriber, long-term can be 3 days, could be 7 days, could be a year. As long as you're one of those long-term members in those yellow buttons there, you will get emailed that play in your box. So the late steam plays will come into you directly. So that's part of that 7-day all sports pass is any of Ramon's late steam plays that he doesn't get in by 11 a.m. each time. They'll put them in 10 minutes to 2 hours before game time. Or you can also check the pick ticker. You'll see those picks in green, late steam. That means the cappers put that play in between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. They saw something they liked. Maybe it was a line, maybe a certain situation. Maybe they just looked at it the second, the third time, and they made their mind up on the pick. It was maybe borderline premium, found some more information, dug a little bit more stats. They like it there, or injury. Maybe they don't think maybe the line moved too much. We've seen situations like that where the line was maybe been already set with the injury, and then they announce the injury, and then it moves even more. So there's a lot of variables that go into those late steam plays. So check it out right now over at the site. Use that promo code at Tony T at checkout. We'll save you 20% off that 7-day pass. We'll take $30 off that right now and use that promo code Tony T at checkout. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon with more picks there. Of course, that morning steam, and you are the moderator over at our Discord.
Yeah, join us in the Discord, hang out there, and get some information from all of our capper, from Mindy and I, and Tony, and also from our panel. I mean, from our chat. I mean, these guys are on fire too, I would think. It just seems like a party in there every morning. I didn't know what was going on. Focused on my picks, focused on producing the show. These guys are winning at a greater rate than we are. I wonder what we're doing here. Well, not hotter than Mindy, but you know what I mean, Tony. So yeah, pick up my social media pick tonight. It's on the MAC game between Toledo and Akron. So that one goes off in about 3.5 hours. Make sure you log on to Twitter, get another free winner from me over there at Tony's Picks Ramon every day. We'll be back tomorrow with more morning steam. Hopefully more picks. I start getting worried sometimes when I'm just on board with all of. I don't get worried at all. I'm tailing Mindy on. You get it, but I mean, sometimes if Mindy and I go, 5 picks in a row, I'm like, God, am I getting a little too crazy here? Are we giving out too much action or whatever? And then today I was like, not in agreement with one of the hottest cappers, and that was disturbing on my end. But that's just the way it is. We just try to play it straight. I mean, I got my picks, everything out in front of me. Mindy, the way the show has evolved and flowed, Mindy gives out her information, and then I'm like reacting and deciding whether I got a premium here or whatever, and that's what we came up with, just 4 plays in 17 games. So that really should be about the average. Well, we figured it, but it could be a little bit higher because we are professional handicappers after all. We might end up on the same side or total more frequently than an than a non-professional, I would guess. But that's just the way it worked out. Hopefully, we'll sweep those games, and everyone will keep on winning.
That's right. Everyone join the Discord. We have a link to it right here on the top. You can take a look at it. It is a private forum there for our community here at Tony's Picks. And we do have a channel here called Morning Steam, where a lot of the activity takes place. A lot of the community members, a lot of folks you see in the chat room have been there, like Ramon, that we have a lot of people in there putting in their plays, putting in prop plays, parlays, and of course mingling in with Ramon and Mindy and myself, asking questions, of course, as well. And of course, putting up information like injury reports and whatnot. So a lot of community contributions there as well. As you can see, that's what the content is today. So we're starting to fill up with a lot of content. So you guys are invited here now to just click the link and get signed into it. You just verify your email address, and then one of the moderators will approve you in, and you're ready to roll here and start interacting here with many of the community members, because the conversation will always continue will continue when you go into the Discord when we're not broadcasting live. All right, Ramon, it's always great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yep, you can see how it's taking shape in there. Everybody wants to exchange that information. Make sure we are ready to go when we step up to the window or click those apps.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Tony.
Indeed. You got it. Ramon Scott here on